EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football. So are they. Let's get set to... Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Here we go. Here we go. Behind.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first. Huge difference, as we know.
Be brought down at the 48-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And that is incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people just like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Johnson was the intended receiver. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception throw.
And that last one, that hurts. Williams. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Over 50.
Rodgers now to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Go, go. Come on, D. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, defense.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Everson Griffin on the sack. Taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's taken on the 25. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know the thought process?
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen, 57 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves you out that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there. A first. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Watch out. 6-6. Pull it high.
The Vikings' 46-yard line.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Pilot, 64, weak. Check 13. Check 13.
They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. Yeah, Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. The defense stiffens to force fourth down following that first down gain of 8.
It's fourth down.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down.
Three down. Jump out.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Flush to his right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off near the 32. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally, down at the 36-yard line. That one, 28 yards on the ground. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They run again on first down. Cook, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's a -4.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Play fake. Cousins. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a fourth down.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a third down attempt.
So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 11 yards there. First down. So from the 36 now. 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Ben Gideon leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Slam, slam, slam. Right.
61, matchbox lights.
Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And some room to work. A big gain there on 3rd and long. 43 yards on the ground. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 13 yards, 1st down Packers. The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Flushed out right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Mike, 319. All day, punt. 330. 54, Mike, 54.
Hey, Echo.
54, lock 54. Strip the ball.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. This is caught by Williams. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Here we go with Williams. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They start the drive with Cook. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On play action, Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
54, right 54.
On 1st down, Williams. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On the ground, this is Williams. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the 1st down.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the 1st half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the 1st half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On play action, now Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Second and 10 at the Packers 24.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm swift.
They got 48.
Left three. Left three.
Topper. Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Cousins. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Cousins. Pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Dean Lowry with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on 1st down. They begin the drive with Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
54 is mine. 54 is mine.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
I don't think you got it, son.
They run it again with Williams. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings' 34.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
You got 3 down.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Everson Griffin able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. On play action, it's Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 3rd down, Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dean Lowry picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Back now at Lambeau, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the 4th. Back now at Lambeau, as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the 4th quarter. This is brought in at the 21. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
They'll be going for 6. On play action, Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Williams. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
He can't hang. He's not.
Now Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Adams. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Switch.
Jump out.
Hey. 50.
Bravo.
50's the mic. Watch the cut.
Right.
Switch.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right, and you just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
They run it again with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
I got you, boy. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Hey, Wahoo. First.
Let's see what you got. Check 26.
Throwing. Cousins. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Zadarius Smith able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Fielded just inside the 30. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Mike's 50. Watch the run.
Teammate.
Check.
Back north.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he finds his tight end, Graham. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Inside.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Bricks on him, Travis.
Check.
Hey, Foxtrot. Inside.
Now Rodgers. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. That last completion is certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Again, it's Cook. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. Space to maneuver at the 40. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that
And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra.